Hey guys, welcome to Planning with Crystal. So today's video is my brand review of Hourglass Equilibrium skincare. So I've tried it out for a whole month and I'm now going to report back to you and let you know how I found it. We're going to take a deep dive into each product. I will show you the product, I'll explain my experience with it. Obviously we'll talk about cost, all that kind of stuff. And then at the end of the video I'll tell you what I thought of the brand kind of as a whole. So I went with Hourglass skincare because I was really intrigued. I absolutely love their makeup products. I mean, I've raved about them so many times. They're just fantastic. They're expensive and so is the skincare range, as you'd expect. But I'd heard such good things about the range. I'd seen it used in like an online event I went to with Hourglass, and like I said, I loved the makeup, so I was dying to see what their skincare was like. So what I did, I went out and bought their essentials kit, because this just seemed to be perfect to fit my needs. There's at least enough product for a month. I've still got some left after having used it for a month. And there was like a real kind of range, everything you would possibly need in a skincare routine. So there's a cleanser, there's an eye balm, there is a moisturizer, an essence, and a night serum. The only thing I was probably missing out on was like an SPF and a day serum. It didn't have that, but I just wanted to use these 5 products just to give it a kind of true review. I didn't want to like mix in other products and then it starts getting where you don't know which is doing which. So these are the products I went with. Now this set is still available in the UK. It's £160, which is an awful lot. I suspect it would last you about 6 weeks based on how I used it. And this set, like I said, £160, but it's worth £213. Obviously there are US equivalents and I'll put all the information underneath if you are interested, but it is still available. I got it from Space NK, they've now sold it out, but it is available in a number of other online retailers and I will link them underneath. If you do decide to use any of my links, some of them are affiliated, doesn't cost you any extra, but I may get a small commission for referring you. I really appreciate it. If you've bought something because I've spoken about it and I've kind of influenced you to buy it, if you use my link, it really does help to support the channel, and I of course just really appreciate all of your support. So, like I said, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna have a look at everything and we're gonna see how I got on. So this is what Hourglass say about it. They say, recalibrate your skin to its ideal state with this groundbreaking routine. Infused with the Hourglass Cell Balancing Complex, which is unique to them, a powerful blend of youth lipids, this revolutionary travel size collection helps to rebalance, restore, renew the skin barrier. Used together, this transformative regimen hydrates and protects to reveal smoother, healthier looking and more radiant skin. So it then goes on to tell you a little bit about each product. So we're obviously going to start with the cleanser. Now, first of all, if you've not watched my videos before and you don't know about my skin, I'm 35 at the moment. I have got some like fine lines on my forehead and under my eyes. My skin is kind of oily combination. I very occasionally will get little bits of redness, irritation, dryness, but most of the time I tend to be oily to normal almost. So a little bit of everything going on, so just take that into account. And I do sometimes get like hormonal breakouts. Well, I do every month, so that's another consideration. So the first product, the cleanser, this is the Rebalancing Cream Cleanser. Now some of these products you can only get in a full size or in a set, others you can buy as a travel size. And this is one that you can actually buy in this size. And this size is 27ml. Or 0.19 fluid ounce. It's a rebalancing cream cleanser. It says removes impurities and delivers intense hydration, transforming dull and stressed skin with youthful radiance. So I'll show you the texture and kind of talk about how I used it. They say to dispense a dime-sized amount, which is about 5p if you're in the UK, into damp hands and work in a circular motion to create a creamy lather. Massage onto wet skin and rinse thoroughly with warm water. And that's what I tended to do. The only thing I would ever kind of change would be sometimes I'd use a face cloth to remove it instead of just my hands. For me, I don't think it's great on the eyes. I don't tend to use an actual kind of face cleanser on my eyes anyway. I tend to use a separate makeup remover because I do have quite sensitive eyes. But this, personally, you probably could get away with using it on your eyes. For me, no. Just, you know, in case you're thinking about that. So this is what the cleanser looks like before we add water. So it's got a really thick texture. It's almost a bit like a moisturiser texture. And then if you add some water in, you can see it begins to emulsify, and that small amount you can really see, and that was a lot less than what they suggest you use. Really kind of goes really kind of creamy, and it's easy to spread it out across your face. It's got a really pleasant kind of scent to it. hard to describe exactly what the scent is, and they certainly don't tell you, but it is a really pleasant, lovely scent. Now, I didn't find it irritating, but for me, it was kind of on the cusp of being drying. It was just not drying, but it wouldn't have taken much to kind of push it into being drying. What I mean by that is if I used the cleanser and didn't put any skincare on immediately or quite soon after a sort of 10 or 15 minute period, my skin would start to feel a little bit dry. Now, I don't mean, oh my gosh, I've got dry patches. I just mean it felt like I needed to put something else on. So that's my kind of thoughts on the cleanser. I enjoyed using it. A little went a long way. It smells really, really nice. Wouldn't use it on my eyes, but I did think it did a good job of cleansing. It did seem to remove makeup really well, and like SPF, impurities, all that kind of stuff. So it did do a good job of all those things, but it was just, I guess I'd give it 4 out of 5 stars if you're asking me to decide at this moment in time. Liked it. Skin feels soft afterwards, but like I said, on my face, it did feel like I needed to go in with something else. Now, luckily, Hourglass provided something else, and this is another product from the range, and it is their essence. So this is the Restoring Essence. Now you can see here, I use this for a month, morning and night, and I only used a really small amount because you really only need a small amount. Now it comes in a little plastic bottle, which I was kind of disappointed about. I thought at this price point it would have been nice in a little glass bottle. In this set, it comes in a 20ml or 0.67 fluid ounce size. It says it conditions, protects and restores balance to skin as it increases the effectiveness of skincare that follows. This ultra hydrating formula forms a protective barrier against environmental pollutants and blue light stressors. Now this you can't get in a travel size, unfortunately. The only way to try it is either to get a full size, which is around about £60, or to get a little set like this. Now when you put it on the skin, it's got a slightly thicker texture than other essences I've used, only very, very slightly, but it just feels like it's got a little bit more going on. It feels like there's a little bit more to it. So consequently, it does feel like it does an amazing job of just hydrating the skin on its own. So I actually feel like at this point I could cleanse, I could put the essence on, and that could be enough for my skin. Obviously that's not what I'm going to do, but just to give you a clue of how good a job this product does of moisturising on its own, it's fab. And I would definitely repurchase it. I really, really was impressed with the toner, way, way more than I actually thought I would be. Next up, and the most expensive product certainly in the range provided in this box, is this little serum. This is in like a little glass bottle. Now this is the Biomimetic Skin Active Serum Night. It says apply liberally and massage into skin until product is fully absorbed. It's a nighttime rebalancing product and should not be used during the day. Doesn't tell me exactly why. I'm guessing it's some kind of ingredient that's in there. This is what the dispenser looks like, and I'll obviously show you what the product's like. So it's got a really nice, almost light lotion sort of texture to it. Again, a little bit goes a long way, and it seems like after a month I've actually still got quite a bit of this product left. So in this particular set they give you 15ml, which I wasn't sure was going to be enough for the whole month, but it absolutely was. Like I said, you're only using it at night as well, so a couple of drops and it was plenty. So that is the equivalent of 0.50 ounces. Helps to defend against visible signs of aging and promotes cell renewal for visible radiance. Uses an advanced ultrasonic delivery system to release ingredients at the most optimal levels throughout the night, the key time for cellular regeneration. So with this product, I didn't feel like it made a massive difference to my skin, if I'm honest. It didn't do any harm. It didn't sort of seem to cause breakouts or do anything unpleasant to the skin. It was very nice to use, but in that 1 month I was using it, it didn't do enough for me to think, wow, this product is changing my skin. So it was nice, but at the price point, I'm not sure I would repurchase it, but then maybe it needs to be given a longer period of time. I don't know, but I expected to love this more than I actually did. Nothing bad to say about it, I just didn't notice any kind of major benefits. Maybe I expected too much, I don't know. The next product I'm going to show you is the eye balm. Now, when I first got this is in a little plastic container as well. When I first opened this product, I was like, what the heck is this? It has got the strangest texture. You probably can't see it as much now because there's not as much left, but it is like, it's like someone's mixed an eye cream with like almost like an oil, and then it felt like it had separated, so I had like really thin eye cream with a little bit of, oh, not oil, more like water actually in it, and I was like, ooh, what the heck is this? But actually it's just really, really good. It's just the weirdest texture ever, but it's really good. So this is what it's like. It goes on completely clear. It's not like an eye balm that has anything in it to kind of cover up any redness or anything like that, but it does the most amazing job of moisturizing. I think it protects your skin really well. Makeup goes on top of it really, really well as well, which I think is really important. There's nothing worse than having an eye cream that you put on and then you put concealer on and it all sort of sits in your lines or anything like that. This kind of smooths everything out and just makes it perfect for applying makeup. It just seemed to do a really good job. I felt like it slightly blurs fine lines as well when you apply it, so it gives you more of a kind of smooth base. The other thing I was really impressed with this eye cream, after finishing this brand review, because this was a brand review I did in January, it's just taken me ages to do the video because I've had quite a lot going on. I actually used another eye cream for the next brand review I'm doing, and I had an irritation. My eye, particularly around here, was like really red and really sore. So I picked up the Hourglass eye balm because obviously I'd kept it after doing the review, and this seemed to really solve that problem. This is one I think if you've got really sensitive eyes, it's just fantastic. A little bit does go a long way. Again, super pricey, especially at that full price point, but it's really, really good. And it's one I think I will always like to keep just in case my eyes kind of start playing up and I get any irritation, because this just seems to be like a non-medical solution to those kind of issues. So yeah, I was really, really impressed with that eye balm. So in terms of how much they gave us, it was 4.91 grams. Now full size is like 15 grams, I think. So it's like a third of a full size, 0.17 ounces. It says clinically proven to provide instant under eye hydration that lasts up to 8 hours while brightening the look of dark under eye circles after 3 days, reduces the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles and puffiness as it improves skin's radiance. Now, I can't say I massively noticed a reduction in dark circles, but it definitely seemed to do the other things, definitely seemed to blur out lines, and it really, really provided hydration. So not a bad thing to say about it. I used it morning and night and I thought it was brilliant. So probably my favourite product out of this range. Really liked it. The final product in this range is the Restorative Hydrating Cream. Now this is a 15.1 gram or 0.53 ounces. Visibly firms, helps to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles and improves skin texture and tone to reveal youthful radiance. Helps to reinforce the skin's natural moisture barrier to better protect against pollution, environmental and blue light stressors. This is a really thick texture. It really is a thick balm. Now, one thing that surprises me about Hourglass is that they don't have a kind of lighter moisturizer option. It just seems to be kind of this or nothing. And personally, I actually found this to be a little bit heavy for my skin. Now, the positives, a little bit went a long way. Like I said with the other products, really small amount needed, and you know, it covered the whole face and neck. It really would be amazing if you had dry skin. Again, felt like it protected the skin, it moisturized the skin, it blurred any fine lines. Really great on all that. But for me, it did cause breakouts. And I isolated it to different parts of my face just to make sure it was this product doing it, and it absolutely was. It causes breakouts. For me personally, someone who gets hormonal breakouts, this just doesn't work for me. And it's such a shame because I really wanted to love it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I find sometimes when I try a new brand that I have almost like a honeymoon period, and for the first week of using this range, I was like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. I'm gonna get rid of all my other skincare and just buy Hourglass, it's that good. And then after that, almost like when my skin went through almost like an acclimation kind of process, or it just got to another week in the month where my skin was perhaps a bit different, then it was like, yeah, actually these positive effects you've seen in the first week are kind of petering off a little bit, particularly with that moisturizer, because then I start getting breakouts and stuff. Started to think that the cleanser was a little bit more drying than I'd originally thought, and yeah, that honeymoon period was over and I was starting to think maybe it's not quite as good as I thought. Overall, I do think it's an impressive range. I think if you've got dry, sensitive skin and you can afford to spend this much on skincare, because it is very expensive, then absolutely go for it, and I think you will love it. Definitely, I would say start with this set before going on to the full sizes because they are so pricey. Like I said, I'll link everything underneath, but yeah, I liked it. I would use it again. I wouldn't use the moisturizer again just because it caused breakouts, but everything else in the range was really nice. Like I said, standout products for me, definitely the eye balm. That I would recommend to anyone, and the essence was also the very best essence I've ever used. Again, with all the product, a little bit goes a long way, so yes, it's expensive, but I actually would expect the products to last you longer than similar products certainly did for me, definitely my experience. So yeah, that was my kind of brand review. It was good, it just wasn't perfect. And I've been doing these brand reviews now for only 2 months, and I'm already learning what I like and dislike in skincare products. And yeah, it's an interesting journey so far. I'm kind of comparing it to the range that I did last month, which was a lot more affordable than this one. It'll be interesting to sort of come back at the end of the year and say how it's all gone. But obviously all our skin is different. You might have the exact same sort of skin type as me and might have different results. So it's interesting, but it's a fun journey. I'm loving trying out just like the whole brand and trying out products I wouldn't otherwise have tried. So I'm enjoying it, and I'm really hoping you're enjoying watching these videos and getting to learn a little bit more about different skincare ranges. So let me know in the comments, have you used anything from the Hourglass skincare range? Will you be doing? Let me know. I would love it if you give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm producing, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to be notified when my next video goes live. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.